In early February 2020, 1 month before there was any declared global COVID-19 pandemic, Canada's top public health official at the time, you remember her, Dr. Theresa Tam, was already debating whether the government could force seemingly healthy people into quarantine. This was in an internal government document obtained through access filings by yours truly here at Rebel News. Thanks to all of you who donate at a special website, rebelinvestigates.com. You helped me file for these records. Now, Theresa Tam's exact words were, if we go to the point of asking people in Hubei to self-isolate, we have to cheat that science. Science is not robust on the transmission during the incubation period. Cheat the science. Not follow the science the way these people wouldn't shut up about, not trust the science, cheat it. Theresa Tam was honest in emails she thought would never see the disinfectant of sunlight. She also clearly admitted the evidence was shaky. She said science is not robust on the transmission during the incubation period. And yet, even with that weak evidence, she was worried about how hard it would be to justify the quarantine. She said it was, quote, operationally very difficult to do. At the time, they weren't talking about millions of people. They were talking about non-Canadian travelers from Hubei, China. And how many was Theresa Tam worried about? Her email says, I think we get approximately 60 a day. 60, not nearly 40 million. And even then she was uneasy about the optics, uneasy about the evidence, uneasy about the science. So just keep that in mind, because I think we all know what happened next. A short time later, that same government had no trouble ordering thousands of Canadians into quarantine. Not just travelers, Canadians coming home, Canadians going to work, Canadians just trying to see family. And thanks to the crooked scam of the ArriveCan app, roughly 10,000 people were wrongly ordered into quarantine by glitch, by mistake, by bureaucratic screw up, and of course by a corrupt contractor just cashing in. 60 people a day was far too much when the science wasn't solid, and those travelers were from China. But 10,000 Canadians falsely confined, well, I guess that's the cost of doing business. And that doesn't even count all the others who went to quarantine, a quarantine that didn't make sense because they were worried about a $5,000 fine. Well, that was all just public safety and being a good citizen. Now, this is why I, like so many of you, never bought into the line that this was about following the science. The country's own chief public health officer just admitted in writing that the science didn't support what they wanted to do to us. They weren't following the science. They were cheating it, in their own words. And the people who paid the price, well, not the bureaucrats who wrote those emails. It was ordinary Canadians. People lost their jobs, missed funerals, had their businesses shut down. They were treated like criminals for asking questions, and even worse if they dared protest. The people who questioned it were the ones who were punished. And the people who said they had to cheat the science were promoted, protected, venerated as public health saints, and never held to account. That's the part people shouldn't forget, as much as these people want us to. That's exactly why the trust is gone. Because when your own words are, we have to cheat the science, you don't get to pretend like this was ever about science at all. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. These exclusive documents were made possible thanks to your generous crowdfunded donations at a special website, rebelinvestigates.com. So thank you to all of you who make this important journalism possible.